Let's be frank about this next award. It means more to us in the motion picture business than it does to those of you in the dental floss manufacturing game. I'm talking about the Irving G. Thalberg Memorial Award. And when it is given, it's given to a man whose pictures have stood out as milestones over the years. The last picture maker to win the Thalberg Award is the genius who will present another this year. His movie milestones include I Want to Live, West Side Story, and The Sound of Music, with more yet to come. Mr. Robert Wise.
Tonight's recipient of the Thalberg Award is a picture maker of such impressive credentials he is long overdue in formal recognition from his fellows in the Academy. I deem it a personal privilege to acknowledge what theater audiences have recognized for a third of a century. When you examine the list of his films, you're jolted by the legion of absolutely top-level entertainments he has made. A record almost unmatched by any director practicing his magic anywhere. His first job in films was in 1920, writing subtitles for silence in England. In 1925, he made his debut as a director, and he still is contributing to a body of work so distinctive that his name has passed into the language. The name, of course, is Alfred Hitchcock. From his unforgettable The Lady Vanishes through Rebecca, Lifeboat, Spellbound, Rear Window, Psycho, his briefly titled masterpieces of suspense, adventure, and humor have endeared him to film buffs as certainly as his own Fay presence on the small screen have endeared him to television audiences. Ladies and gentlemen, the familiar figure of Alfred Hitchcock.
Thank you. Indeed.
To present the award for Best Supporting Actress, we have last year's Oscar winner for Best Performance by a Supporting Actor, a man who got ahead in this business by shamelessly trading on his talent, Walter Matthau.
Bob, how come everybody else comes out here with a girl and I come out alone?
Well, I'm sure, Walter, when you announce the winner, she'll be so happy she'll throw her arms around you and kiss you.
With my luck, she'll probably just cry a lot.
Well, meet me backstage. We'll both rinse out a few things, huh?
Okay, Bob. The 5 nominees for Best Performance by an Actress in a Supporting Role are Estelle Parsons in Bonnie and Clyde, Carol Channing in Thoroughly Modern Millie, Mildred Natwick in Barefoot in the Park, Bear Richards in Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, Catherine Ross in The Graduate. The winner is Estelle Parsons in Bonnie and Clyde.
Thank David Merrick, who let me out of my Broadway play, The 7 Descents of Myrtle, so I could be here this evening, and little did he know what it would really mean to me. I also, of course, want to express my great gratitude to Arthur Penn, my own particular genius, for really showing me acting was something very special, and of course to Warren Beatty. And thank you all. This is a great moment.
The next award is very unusual. It's for Best Supporting Actor. It's unusual because this year there isn't an Englishman on the list. The presentation will be made by a young star who, when she was even younger, won the Oscar herself for her stunning performance in The Miracle Worker, Miss Patty Duke. Congratulations, Patty. They tell me you're great in Valley of the Dolls.
Oh, well, I wouldn't know. My mother wouldn't let me see it.
What a coincidence.
Oh, really? Your mother wouldn't let you see it either?
My mother doesn't mind. It's my doctor.
For Best Performance by an Actor in a Supporting Role, we of the Academy have nominated John Cassavetes for his role in The Dirty Dozen, Gene Hackman in Bonnie and Clyde, Cecil Calloway in Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, Michael J. Pollard in Bonnie and Clyde, and George Kennedy in Cool Hand Luke. May I have the envelope? Thank you. The winner is George Kennedy in Cool Hand Luke.
I could bust. I have to thank Stuart Rosenberg for giving me the opportunity to even be here. And I must simply thank the Academy for the greatest moment of my life. Thank you.
I'd hate to see these very talented and lovely nominees suffer the suspense a moment longer. Those nominated for Best Actress are Katharine Hepburn in Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, Anne Bancroft in The Graduate, Dame Edith Evans in The Whisperers, Faye Dunaway in Bonnie and Clyde, and Audrey Hepburn in Wait Until Dark. Envelope, please. Thank you. The winner is Katharine Hepburn, and Guess Who's Coming to Dinner?
Mr. George Cooker will accept the award on behalf of Katharine Hepburn.
Mr. George Cukor accepting for Miss Hepburn.
I know that I, as a friend, have a great thrill, and I'm sure Katharine thanks you very much. And I think it's a very, very hard choice you had to make. Anyway, I'm sure she'll be very happy. Thank you very much.
If I may, I should like to congratulate all 5 of these distinguished gentlemen for their outstanding performances. Warren Beatty in Bonnie and Clyde, Paul Newman in Cool Hand Luke, Dustin Hoffman in The Graduate, Spencer Tracy in Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, and Rod Steiger in The Heat of the Night. May I have the envelope? Thank you, Bill. Rod Steiger in The Heat of the Night.
Thank you. Thank you very much. The Maharishi said. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you. I find it unbelievable. I find it overwhelming. And I wish to thank the members of the Academy for such an experience. Secondly, if I indulge myself, I would like to thank the people, the public, who've been so kind to me. Thirdly, I'd like to thank Norman Jewison for his giving an act of freedom to make a mistake. Fourthly, and most importantly, I'd like to thank Mr. Sidney Poitier for the pleasure of his friendship, which gave me the knowledge and understanding of prejudice in order to enhance my performance. Thank you, and we shall overcome. And now the big one, Best Picture of the Year. Somewhere out there are 5 tense, nervous producers. And from what I know of producers, they're biting each other's nails. To present the award, here's one of the fairest ladies of them all, Miss Julie Andrews. Pretty.
Thank you. Before I read the nominations, Bob, may I say just a word?
Well, it's getting late, Julie.
I know, but I did want to express the admiration for us all for the manner in which you've conducted this program tonight. Such ease, such wit, such...
Take your time, Julie.
But you just told me to hurry, Bob.
Well, keep going. I'll see if I can cut a commercial.
We've seen excerpts from the 5 films nominated for Best Picture. For the record, they are Bonnie and Clyde, a Tatira Hiller production, Warner Brothers 7 Arts, Warren Beatty, producer. Dr. Dolittle, Appjack Productions, 20th Century Fox, Arthur P. Jacobs, producer. The Graduate, a Mike Nichols, Lawrence Terman production, Embassy, Lawrence Terman, producer. Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, Columbia, Stanley Kramer, producer. And In the Heat of the Night, the Mirisch Corporation production, United Artists, Walter Mirisch, producer. And now for the Best Picture. May I have the envelope, please? Thank you. The winner is In the Heat of the Night, Walter Mirisch.
Thank you, and thank you, members of the Academy. From its very inception, In the Heat of the Night has been a labor of love for all those of us who've been part of it, and I want to express my deep gratitude to all of the talented artists who contributed to it, but most particularly to my friend and partner, Norman Jewison, whose brilliant direction brought it so vividly to life. We are all very grateful for your recognition of our efforts and for your recognition of the lesson of In the Heat of the Night. Thank you.
Well, that's about it, ladies and gentlemen. For the winners, it's a bed of roses. For the rest of us, it's back to our gurus and a bed of nails. I hope that the program tonight has been as exciting and as fascinating for you as it has been for me. I've never seen 6 hours whiz by so fast. You know, Oscar certainly has grown in the last 40 years. He made his first appearance at a banquet at the Coconut Grove. It was a private party for a small group of picture makers. Today, he belongs as much to you, the audiences around the world, as he does to us. For as he has grown, so has our industry. And with growth comes responsibility. Movies have progressed from being just entertainment to one of our most meaningful art forms, the art form that most truly reflects today's world, its turmoils, its dreams, its anguish, and its expectations. The old cliches that long dominated the screen, such as the good cowboys versus the bad Indians, the pure, unsullied heroine untouched by human hand or reality, the Prince Charming, strong, chivalrous, incorruptible, and totally unbelievable, the foreigner, inevitably typecast as a villain, all these have been discarded and replaced by people with weaknesses as well as strengths, defeats as well as triumphs. In short, films today more accurately reflect the human condition. No longer do we portray the world as we wish it was. Today we show the world as it is. Perhaps tomorrow we will depict the world as it could be. The Zuckers, the Goldwyns, the Warners, the men who began our industry had at least one thing in common with the man from Atlanta. They had a dream. It has taken time, but the dreams of the merchants and the martyr have begun to merge. If not out of idealism, then out of necessity. Another martyr said it all: united we stand, divided we fall. Rioting and indifference are equal sins. Everyone must face up to their responsibilities. No one person, no one industry, no one race or creed can conquer bigotry, find human understanding, or unite us all in a brotherhood of peace and love. It's a challenge that each of us must face in our own way, through our own way of life in our own station. It is a challenge we must and we will meet. Good night.
Richard Burton and Gene Simmons star in a special Easter Sunday presentation of The Robe. See this inspiring and beautiful motion picture classic Sunday night at 8 in color here on ABC.